Okay, it's 7 p.m. I'd like to call the Planning Commission for the City of Martinsville, Tuesday, November the 25th, 2025, to order. First up is roll call.
Richard Baston,
Here.
Steve Bodie, Jim Burkhart,
Here.
Joe Disney,
Present.
Richard Durnall,
Present.
Caleb Forrester, Rick Keecock, Ann Miller, Jason Scott,
Here.
Troy Swan, myself, Marilyn Seidowitz.
Okay, we have a quorum. First up is presentation of minutes dated October the 28th, 2025. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
I did, on page 3, under docket number PC 25026, it looks like we passed two motions that are opposite of one another. I think that first motion should say that it failed by a vote of 2-6.
Okay, seconded by Steve Bodie, and should say failed instead of passed.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Is there anything else that anybody has noticed?
I will make a motion that we accept the minutes with the noted changes.
Okay, Rick Gurnall has made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jim Burkhart made a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, under new business, we have docket number PC 25029, sign approval in historic downtown district. Address is 10 North Main Street. Owner is 10 North Main Street, Martinsville. Do we have a representative here? Do we have all the,
Yes.
everything in place?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Schroeder. Can you come up to the microphone? You need to state your name and sign in.
It's Jasmine Quesada.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Jasmine Quesada.
Jasmine.
Oh, it's on here? Okay.
Yeah, on the name of the applicant, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead and tell us what you want to do.
We just wanted to get permission to put our sign up. It's the new business, so we wanted to replace what the sign currently is for the Mexican restaurant and put our sign up.
Okay?
So this is a rendering of what the sign's gonna look like?
Yep.
And the size is 16 feet long and 4 feet tall?
Yes, so actually I have new measurements that were just given to me like not too long ago, so would I be able to update those now or?
Is that microphone working? I can't hear what you said.
Yes, the microphone is working. So the new measurements are,
I have them here. The circle is 40 inches and the letters of mi abuelito are 30 inches high. So the circle and the letters make a total of the 65 inches high and 130 inches long.
does anybody have the measurements of the front of the building?
Chairman, if I may share with you, the beginning of this process was that they were going to replace the existing sign that is there. That sign is 23 inches in height. The lettering of the name. Now, I was under the impression that the sign below it says Mexican restaurant was staying, is that correct?
Yes.
So they're going above that with a new sign that is much greater in height. So the height off of the walk, the face of the building is tremendous. You know, the signage is, it's more than 9.5 feet. I was over and measured it a couple of occasions ago,
Okay.
2 different times. So, but again, the sign that is there, the impression I got in the beginning was they were replacing with a new sign, the same as what's there.
So you're planning on putting this stuff here above the Mexican restaurant?
Yes.
And that is 65 inches by 130 inches.
130 inches, yep.
And you said the Los Reyes is 23 inches.
23.
That's a big difference.
Ma'am, do you know what an elevation is by chance? A rendering of the front of the building with this sign in it?
No.
Okay. That's what we would really like to see, because from this, we can't tell how it's gonna go on the building.
I have a picture. We have other restaurants with the same sign. I have a picture of what it looks like on the front of those. I don't know if you guys want to see those.
I think what Mr. Burkhart was asking was if you've got a rendering of this on the front of that building.
In front of that building.
So
That's
that we
what-
can
That's
tell.
what we need to see.
So we can tell
That, I mean,
in proportion what it's gonna look like.
yeah, are your other restaurants in a historic district? Because that's what we're dealing with here. Okay.
Not here. We have one in Franklin that's also in the downtown area.
Okay.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
to share with you, this height dimension that you're discussing here tonight would be well above the height. It would actually be much up on the face of the building, blocking the windows at 65 inches. You have nothing around the downtown historic district of that size.
I would point out that the Chapter 15, the Downtown Historic District, under the sign section, subsection I, specifically states, signs shall not be placed on a building so as to obscure any window or door opening. So that's gonna be my issue with this, as it's at this size. It fits the size requirement, it's under the size, but it's gonna obscure the windows.
Is there any way you can get it to be exactly like the other one, like as far as
Yeah.
size?
We can do that, yeah.
Okay, I think that's, and like Jim said, a rendering of it, of that building with the sign on it.
Yeah, I was just saying, because the measurements they sent me was because of the other restaurants we've done it, but we can do it
Right.
exactly to the size requirement that is
Yeah.
already there. We
The
can do
sign
that.
company, whoever you're dealing with, sign company wise, should be able to put the elevation there for you and show us what it's
Yeah.
gonna look like.
Mhm.
Okay. The other thing is, I would suggest you work closely with this gentleman right here, because he knows the codes,
Okay,
okay? And I think if you get everything worked out, then it's a lot smoother coming back. And with that being said, I'd like to make a motion, we table this till we can get something that we can understand a little bit better and get our hands on, so.
okay.
So we got a motion on the floor to table this from Mr. Burkhart.
I'll second that.
Mr. Durnall made a second.
Who did?
Mr. Durnall.
Oh, okay.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so what we're asking is we're tabling this for you to come back. Our next meeting will be in December, and show us, like Jim said, the sign company should be able to take a picture of the front of that building and put this on that picture, so that way we can see size. You can't cover the windows or doorways. And like I think Mr. Durnall or Jim said, work with Mr. Strader,
Okay.
and because he knows what works. Okay?
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for the presentation. Okay, up next, docket number PC 25030, exterior maintenance in historic downtown, 109 East Washington Street, owners Kent Richardson. I see his son here. If you'll state your name and sign in, please.
Nathan Richardson.
Did you get that, Nathan?
I
Okay.
did.
Could you tell us what you're wanting to do, Nathan?
Just wanted to do general maintenance to the building. The older windows need paint and some rotten wood replaced. Not making any modifications to the building. The colors are staying the same. We're just trying to keep it the way it is and keeping the historic windows from deteriorating further.
Maintenance.
Yes. There was also some tuck pointing, as there were some limestone pieces that are for decoration, but the freezing and thawing has moved them out, as you can see in the picture. They just need to be placed back, not using the same limestone pieces, just replacing them back where they originally go.
Does anybody have any other questions for Nathan? No. Okay, with that said, do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we pass docket 25030.
Rich Baston made a motion that we pass this. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Jason Scott seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for coming in. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you for a thorough application.
Yes, sir.
Next up, docket number PC 25031, sign approval in the historic downtown district. Address is 72 East Morgan Street. Owner is Artesian Group LLC. We have a representative here for that. Okay, so there's nobody here to make that presentation. We'll table that. Do we have a motion for that? So they can come back next meeting?
Chairman,
Yes.
before you move forward with that, I'd like to share a little bit. The business is open. A while back, this topic was brought to me that they kind of got ahead of the game and placed a sign. The sign is hanging on a bracket, or was hanging on a bracket, that when the modifications took place in the downtown, they put up a lot of brackets, black brackets, to hang signage off of. This sign that the restaurant has, I asked them to take it down until this evening. I had not a chance to speak with the owner. The sign meets its dimension. I know there's nothing in front of you here, but I can give you my word that it's exactly what you're expecting. He did get ahead of the game. He was kind enough to immediately take it down. It was either the day of or the following day it was back down. He had no issues with that. So just sharing that information with you.
Well, and there is a picture here in our packet of the latitude 39 sign. I did see it placed and then seen that it had been removed. I think most of
That is
us probably
correct.
did.
They have provided the dimensions as 35 inches by 35 inches, so
Yeah.
it's a little under 18 square foot, combining each side, which is under their,
And the lighting on that, was that what was there from the previous, the lights? I know the sign before was lighted.
They have a different light there, because the sign that was there before illuminated from the sign itself.
Okay.
This is a couple of small floats that are directional right on the sign, is what he has.
And you don't have any problem with that?
No, sir.
Well, members, what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
Okay, Mr. Burkhart made a motion that we accept.
I'll second that motion.
Rick Darnall made a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bob, will you let them know
I
that?
will take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you for your input, Bob. Okay, next up, docket number PC 25039, amended exterior maintenance, Red Brick Trading Company. I see Mr. Stanhouse in the house. Would you state your name and sign in, please?
Hi, my name's Ron Stanhouse.
Get that?
I didn't-
Ron
Yeah.
Stanhouse.
I didn't get the same number. What is that the right number? 032?
25032.
Okay.
I could see over the mayor's shoulder that your packet included renderings of the revised facade. So what that entails is some brick facing, which you all might recall you preferred the last time I came. It had originally was presented with siding. So as we've kind of gotten into the structure, and Kevin Potter's given us quite a bit of advice on this, but we thought that maybe the brick might be more appropriate, just for structure and added strength. So we thought we'd better get back here and get approval for the brick. So what else? The other things, we talked at length, it seemed like they're at our last approval, but there was more glass on that facade. It's been reduced a little bit, and we're presenting it now as like 2 units, potential for 2 units. I'm currently speaking with a prospective tenant that would like to rent the whole building, but, tenants come and go sometimes, and we want to give ourselves the opportunity to divide it and have potentially 2 tenants. So there's a couple little changes going on there, but generally it looks the same with brick instead of siding.
Bob, you've been over all of this.
Yes, that, and I've been on site in the project.
I think everybody that drives up and down Morgan Street can see that at that stop sign, that there's a big hole in the side of that building that's,
No doubt.
So the facade's gonna be full brick all the way?
Yes, yeah, the street facing.
Yes. Yeah, so, and you're gonna have 2 double doors with windows, very similar to what's there in the little.
Yes, yes.
And is the color of the brick, what's the color of the brick?
Well, I actually picked it out today, but it's red. I had originally told the contractor I'd look for something similar to the courthouse. The courthouse is a little more brown and a little less red than I'd like, so it looks like it's well-aged red brick. So there's some white, it's kind of got a variegated color presentation.
so that will make that look like it's a distinct different building
Absolutely.
with the color that's on the front.
Yes. But it will present as if it's got some age to it. That brick looks like it's well used, even though it's new brick.
Do we have any other questions for Mr. Stanhouse? I'd entertain a motion on this.
I'll make a motion that we approve docket number PC 25032.
Brickner and all made a motion to accept. I hear a second,
I'll second
and that was Rich.
it. Yeah.
Rich Baston, seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ron.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we're done with new business. I would like to, if Mr. Kernall would pass some stuff out. We're going to have a discussion here over a couple things. Rick's got one and I've got another one. So after the last meeting, probably 2 weeks after the last meeting, I got a call from Mr. Coffey that he had made an error. So what you have in front of you, and in that conversation, he said he might try to call in because he really wanted to be able to explain this himself to the Planning Commission. He is gone right now on vacation. But he was going to try to make every effort to work this in. So as it says, and I'm just going to read it out loud so it's a matter of record. Dear Plan Commission members, as this is Dale Coffey speaking, I apologize for not being able to attend tonight's meeting. I am out of state visiting my daughter for Thanksgiving holiday. I do need to inform the Plan Commission, however, that at the October Plan Commission meeting, I erred in my advice that I gave to the commission concerning the 4-4 tie vote on the request for final plan approval concerning the Artesian Boulevard project. At the time I gave advice, I was looking at the 2017 Plan Commission rules, and I failed to note that it was the 2017 version. I should have been referring to the 2020 Revised Plan Commission rules. In the 2017 Plan Commission rules, there was a provision that action on a matter had to occur within 90 days of the date that the matter first came before the Plan Commission. If action had not been taken by the Plan Commission with that 90 days, the matter was considered rejected. In the 2020 Plan Commission rules, that particular provision was removed. And that was during COVID, that they were virtual meetings. Therefore, under the 2020 Plan Commission rules and the rules in effect at the October meeting, in a tie vote, the matter is to be placed upon the Plan Commission agenda for the next meeting, which would have been tonight. Since I had publicly informed the Plan Commission that this matter was rejected, I did not feel that it was appropriate to place the matter on the November meeting agenda. I wanted to explain to the Plan Commission what had happened and give everybody the opportunity to plan for the matter to come back before the Plan Commission. Therefore, the request will be placed upon the agenda for the December 23rd, 2025 Plan Commission meeting. I have been in contact with the attorney for T&H Development Company, and I have informed him of this matter. And he has indicated that the development company is fine with December date. No further notice will be required to the applicant. Again, I apologize for this error and I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Signed, Dale S. Coffey. Now, with that being said, what I would also like Plan Commission members to do, if you could each email, so we have in writing, if in fact you will or will not be in attendance to Mr. Strader's office. So that way, he's the one that sets up our agenda. And if everybody could indicate, I know that I already spoke with Mrs. Siderwitz, and she will not be here. So if everybody could please do that, and I will send this letter out tomorrow to the Plan Commission members that are not here in attendance tonight, and ask them to please contact Mr. Strader for the December 23rd meeting. Does anybody have any questions on this that I could answer?
So you want us to say we're gonna be, our attendance for non-attendant the 23rd?
Yes, if you could email Mr. Strader's office, whether or not you will be, because that is 2 days before Christmas. And there are people like Mrs. Siderwitz that already is committed to being out of town. And that'll give Mr. Strader written, something in writing, and then he can prepare. If that's the only thing on our agenda, and we're not gonna have enough members here, then we need to make Teenage Investment aware, so that that way they don't make a trip all the way down here for us not to have enough members here. Is that correct, Mr. Strader?
That is correct.
Do you have anything to add to that,
No,
Bob?
sir. No.
Mr. Costin, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, and just as long as we can let them know in advance, I know they're going to TNH at this.
This is just an unusual circumstance, and we just gotta make the wrong right and have them come back before us. Any other conversation on this? Okay, next up, Mr. Donald, do you have something to talk about?
Yes, excuse me, I'll try not to cough into the mic. So we had formed a subcommittee to discuss the applications for Downtown Commercial Historic District. Mr. Scott and Mr. Bodie and myself met earlier this month, and we just kind of bounced some ideas off of each other, and I think what we've landed on is probably to use the existing cover sheet. I think tonight is a pretty good example that it does have all the information on there. We weren't going to be reinventing the wheel. We had several petitions that were complete with all the information that we would need. So what I have passed out to everybody is just some guidance on what type of information we would want to see for different requests. Starting with our most common, which is the sign requests, windows and doors, exterior alterations, and in the very rare circumstance that we have a new construction. So it just highlights that the more information we get, the better informed decision we can make. So I don't know, what I wanted to do is everybody take a look at this. If you think that it's missing something, let's bring it back to the December meeting, and we can certainly add to it. It's just a Word document. My thought is if in December we all agree on it, I'll just email it to Lisa and Bob, and maybe it just becomes page 2 of the application.
Well, yeah, we've seen both sides of the fence tonight, with just on the sign, but we also seen fully documented drawings and very thorough on what they needed, so.
Yeah. So we felt like this would help, so, but we did want to give everybody, we could have gotten really in depth with this, and it's a 9-page ordinance in total. So again, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's just encourage people, the more information, the more pictures, if they're gonna have elevation plans or blueprints, you know, provide those as early as possible so that we can, you know, we're not making rush decisions.
Could you do the same thing that I'm gonna do, since we have several members not here tonight? Could you, send this out with a little explanation in an email, so that way they've got a heads up before December if anybody, I know Mr. Bodie's already on your subcommittee.
Yes. I don't have a problem doing that as long as it's not gonna.
Do you want to run it by coffee before you do that?
I was gonna say the same thing, so I don't know.
I mean, since it's purely informational, and if the members had been in attendance tonight, they would have this. I mean, I will send out an email with it as an attachment. Do not respond. I mean, that might be the safest thing to do.
Yes, you don't need no responses.
No responses.
No conversation. This is just for information. You wasn't here.
Yes.
And if you'll copy Dale on it, so that way he sees what we got since he's not here.
I can do that.
And I'll just give the approval to do it. Any other discussion? Mr. Strader?
So I do have a question here. When you talk windows and doors, can you kind of explain to me your thoughts of what you're thinking?
So, and I apologize, I've read this ordinance so many times that I'm starting to jumble it up in my head, but I think we need to see if somebody's going to replace a window.
So you're not referring to signage in the glass, on the glass?
No.
That's it,
No.
I understand.
Yep.
Thank you.
I think a good, I'm just reading your mind. I think a good one to fall back on is the building that the clerk's office is now in, the upstairs windows. I think that was clearly
Oops.
we didn't ask the right questions. If we'd had a visual on that, that would have probably been something different. Because I put in the same window that was in that opening, but it wasn't the window that was originally for that building.
So my question to ask of that topic, what would you expect to be put in there?
I believe the ordinance states that the window has to fill the original opening.
Okay.
So can't use,
You can't reduce the opening.
can't reduce the original masonry opening.
Okay.
Sound like you can't make it bigger either.
Again, I was going down the path that material-wise, see what I'm saying? I believe at one time, the downtown space, they looked more like, they had regulations on what material of the window would be put in that opening. Well, now, today, as we all know, vinyl clad, that type of thing is a given. I mean, they've replaced, Mr. Fenneman had to replace a lot that he had on the square in the last, we'll say 4 or 5 months. You know, it will be coming in front of you for the Newberry's building here on the corner. So I just want to be clear that I understand the opening size needs to be filled.
Yes.
And I don't think, and Mr. Richardson's still here in the building, listening to our discussion, which is what it is, I don't think that would apply to your building as what they've done with them big windows that was there when Sears was there. That's been reduced because they put apartments in there.
Yeah.
And that's been done so many years, that's kind of history. And would I be right, Mr. Journal? Not saying that they're wanting to replace anything.
That would, I would want clarification on the ordinance.
Okay. Mr.
If that
Richardson, would
would
you
ever
like
come
to
up.
add to this discussion?
Definitely speak for the specifics of our building, but like previously the Historical Society tried to replace the siding. They suggested that we replace it back with an original type picture window. However, that's someone's living room, and I don't know many people that want to sit on the corner of Jefferson and Washington watching TV while everyone can see them. So I think that there should be some sort of provisions that take into account the interiors of the buildings, as many buildings may have something covering a window. I know we have some upstairs windows that are covered with apartments inside also, that it's not practical to turn that back into a window. So that is something that I would be concerned about in the future if we did.
Well, and you're not doing anything
No.
at this point.
Correct. We're just replacing some of the rotten wood on the windows that are existing. But again, like, that's something that has come up before, and would like to make sure that we're not getting pigeonholed. They have to redesign the whole inside of the building just to get a picture window that would not actually
Right.
do anything.
Well, and I just thought, since we're having this discussion over what we're looking at, and you're present, that I didn't want you to feel like that we was going somewhere and you was like, whoa, what was gonna happen?
No,
Am I correct in that, Rick?
thank you.
Does anybody have any other discussion? Well, I'd entertain a motion for,
I'll make a motion that we adjourn and have a happy Thanksgiving.
do you hear a second?
I will second that.
Jason Scott makes a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Yes, everybody have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy your family.
So,